All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to be going over my entire momentum divergence trading strategy using my custom momentum oscillator, the EzOscillator. So trading momentum and divergences is one of my personal favorite confluences in my trading. This is a confluence that I use every single day, regardless of what time frame I'm trading, regardless of what pair I'm trading. I will always look at the momentum before I get into the trade. Now, the great thing about trading divergences and momentum in general is that you're looking for the same thing every single time. Every single trade is going to be copy paste the trade before it. It's very simple to read. It's very simple to understand. You're just looking for the same thing every single time. There's not that many moving pieces or moving variables. Without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's jump into this video. So what is momentum in trading and what are momentum divergences? At the bottom of my screen here, you can see I have this weird trend ribbon almost looking indicator, right? This is actually showing us the real-time momentum waves in the market. And these bear and bull signals are the bullish and bearish divergences. Now, if you don't know what bullish and bearish divergences are, don't worry, I'm gonna jump into that in just a moment here. So this is a paid indicator that I have custom coded for my trading strategy. Now, if you guys don't want to get my own custom oscillator, there is a free alternative. If you come up here to indicators, come down to community and type in Fu Manchu, Cypher B, and divergences. Okay, this is a free alternative. There are some downsides to Fu Manchu, Cypher B. Okay, the divergences are a little bit lag. They're not real time. All of our divergences inside of the EzOscillator are real time, meaning they're non-lag, they're non-repaint. All of our indicators, by the way, are real time. But if you want to use a free alternative, you can definitely use Fu Manchu Cypher B. That is what I personally used before I developed my own. There's some other stuff you can use in Fu Manchu Cypher B as well. I like to keep my trading as simple as possible personally, okay? I like my charts to be clean. I don't like to be looking at too many things. Trading is already hard enough. Why make it more difficult for myself? Okay, that's the way that I look at it. So how do we actually use this in our trading? Okay, this is where I will use something called a multi-timeframe analysis. And whenever I post a setup in my Discord, you'll oftentimes see I have this note here next to my potential long setup. In this case, it says bullish divergence, 15-minute, 5-minute for entry. So this is alluding to that multi-timeframe confluence, right? That multi-timeframe confluence that I was just telling you guys about. First of all, we need to take trades at key levels only, okay? Momentum is only a confluence to basic price action. So if you don't understand basic price action, you don't have your key levels, you don't know where your golden pocket is, you don't have a key level beforehand, then this strategy will not work for you. Lucky for you though, we also have an indicator, EzAlgo, which will automatically load in these key levels for you. Can you believe that? Meaning you can know nothing about price action, know nothing about technical analysis, and this indicator will still load in these key levels for you, also with a multi-time frame feature. For example, here on the 1 hour time frame, I can see that we have an EzAlgo support zone right here, perfectly overlapping our key golden pocket fib level. And we also have an auto golden pocket fib. So if you guys want to like copy paste my exact setups, using the golden pocket fib, using these key levels, then by all means, you guys should definitely be using EzAlgo. But once you have your key level, this is where you want to use your multi-time frame oscillator analysis. So if I'm looking at the chart here on the 1 hour time frame, as always, I'm showing you guys real-time examples. I don't like to go back and cherry pick certain examples that worked and certain examples that didn't. Most of the setups I show you guys on this YouTube channel are going to be real-time. Whether they win or whether they lose, you guys will be able to see how I'm thinking. I can see that the oscillator is approaching that oversold on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, this is good because I'm looking for an entry on a lower time frame here. I want to see a higher time frame oscillator confluence as well. So this is really good. Okay, it means the oscillator is approaching that oversold zone on the 1 hour time frame, meaning on a slightly higher time frame, we can see some sort of move back to the upside in the near future here. Now, if we look left, you can see the last time we were in this oversold zone on the 1 hour time frame, right? We saw this massive move to the upside, right? Massive move to the upside. Keep looking left here. Last time we were in that overbought zone on the hourly, we had this massive move literally from this candle exactly, massive move to the downside. So price will really respect these overbought and oversold zones here on the momentum oscillator. Okay, that's this blue zone here at the bottom. That's the oversold zone. And then we have this gray zone here at the top. That's going to be our overbought zone. These blue and gray dots that you see on your screen here are the buy and sell dots, okay? This is when momentum is flipping, right? This is the moment that the momentum flips, in this case, from bearish to bullish. and you can see it flips on this candle right here. Okay, so on this candle exactly, we had momentum flip from bearish to bullish in the oversold zone. That's where we get that massive buy dot from. We also have these little blue and gray dots. Okay, this is when the momentum is flipping, but price is not yet in that overbought zone. But again, our bias is bullish here. We're in an uptrend on a higher time frame. You shouldn't really be worrying about, every single trend bar flip, right? Like, we're not going to take a sell signal just because we have a sell dot here, right? Because our bias is bullish. We understand that price is not at a key level, that sort of thing. Okay, so we're approaching that oversold zone here on the 1 hour time frame. Now I want to drop down to a lower time frame, right? Drop down to a 15-minute time frame and look for bullish divergences on a 15-minute. What do you notice here on the 15-minute time frame? Right, price is in that oversold zone, and we're seeing those bearish divergences as the volume is increasing to the upside. Okay, I'm gonna turn the volume height up a little bit here just so we can see it better. Okay, so the volume is actually increasing here as momentum is increasing to the upside as well. So a bullish divergence, guys, for those of you that don't know, is a discrepancy in momentum and price. So let's say, for example, price is making a lower low. Okay, price is doing something like this into our key level, right? This is our key level. As momentum is making a higher low, this is referred to as a bullish divergence, right? Price and momentum are doing the opposite, right? Price is going down, momentum is going up. Okay, so obviously the same thing is true for a short position, okay? Price is making a higher high into our key level. This is our key level. Momentum is making a lower low. Okay, that's going to be a bearish divergence. So it's just a discrepancy in momentum and price. I use this on a lower time frame mainly as an entry trigger, but you can also use these on a higher time frame, which I'll show you guys as well. But this is lining up for a really good potential long entry here, guys, right, in real time. So we have the 1 hour is oversold. We have the 15-minute with bull divs trying to confirm here. And now for final confirmation, I'd go down to a 5-minute time frame and really try to pinpoint that entry. We're seeing these massive bullish divergences here on the 5-minute time frame as well. But again, we're not at our key level yet, right? This is our key level, right? We've already established that this golden pocket to this 1 hour support zone with this value area low, this is our key demand zone. This is where we want to take a trade off of. So until price reaches this zone, I'm not going to enter a trade here because I understand where the liquidity lies in the market. I understand that this is our key level. Price is most likely going to come down here to this higher time frame golden pocket before we see another move up. So this is the level I'm waiting for. As price is coming down, I want to see those bullish divergences, right? Something like this. And then finally, for that final entry confirmation, I want to see some sort of bullish reaction. So that can either be a market structure shift, a 1-2 setup on a lower time frame, something like this, right? And that would be my entry right there, stop loss below that low. Or it could be an inverse fair value gap, right? Maybe we have some bearish fair value gaps and we see a strong V-shaped reversal to the upside. In that case, that would be my entry. So I want to see those bullish divergences first and then some sort of bullish confirmation from this zone, right? So we'll see in a few minutes here, how price reacts to the zone. Now you can use these divergences on a higher time frame as well. Okay, let me show you guys another example of a trade I took that I called on this YouTube channel in real time. Okay, this is LDO, right? And this was actually a swing trade, so on a slightly higher time frame. Okay, again, I have my key level. Turn this on. Okay, so I had my key level. You can see that the EzAlgo indicator is giving me this key support level right here. Okay, and we're seeing bullish divergences as price is making a lower low, right? You can see as price is making a lower low, we're seeing bullish divergences, right? Momentum had flipped here, or sorry, volume had flipped bullish on this candle here. As we are reclaiming this key zone, that was my entry trigger. And this was a trade I also called inside of my pro Discord. Again, you can use a multi-timeframe analysis as well. Going down to a 4-hour time frame, we see that the momentum oscillator is oversold. Okay, right around here, we get that buy dot, boom, price goes up. Again, when do you take profit? Well, you take profit when the momentum is overbought, okay? We have an overbought signal here, right on this candle at the very top. That is going to be your second take profit. So you can see how price, even on a higher time frame, will respect these momentum crossovers, right? These momentum flips where momentum shifts from bearish to bullish or bullish to bearish. So looking at LDO right here, I'll actually move that back. For another long position you could have taken, right? Price is at a key level, right? It's at a key support zone. We're seeing the oscillator flipping towards bullish here on a 4-hour time frame. Now, if you want to catch an entry on a lower time frame, You can drop to a 15-minute. Again, look for some of those bullish divergences. In this case, we don't really see any bullish divergences, but we do see that oscillator oversold here on the 15-minute, right? And look at every time the oscillator flips with that buy dot on the 15-minute time frame, it gives us a really good entry, right? A really good scalp entry. These are not small moves, guys. I mean, this is like, enter here. It's a 5% move, no leverage. If you're entering that trade on 10x leverage, that's a 50% move. So this is the power of that multi-timeframe confluence that I keep repeating over and over again, because you have more context behind the trade. You understand that you are at a key higher timeframe support zone. Price is most likely going to hold this level at least for a little bit. You understand that momentum is flipping to bullish on a higher time frame. So now you drop to a lower time frame to kind of pinpoint that entry. Really, really powerful stuff, guys. If you use this properly and you follow the steps that I've laid out in this video, it is very, very profitable. And you guys will get the hang of it real quick. It's not rocket science. It's not super difficult. You're just waiting for a few different time frames to line up. Obviously, you have your key level in place beforehand, and then you wait for your final entry trigger on a lower time frame. But that's going to be it for this video. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more trading content. Also, make sure to click the first link in the description below if you guys want to get access to the indicators on my screen here, as well as to follow my own personal trades and analysis on a day-to-day basis. That's going to be it for me in this video. See you guys next time.